Fighting games! None are quite as iconic as Street Fighter. And within Street Fighter, no characters are quite as iconic as Chun-Li and Ryu. And of all the moves, no move is quite as iconic as Hadoken! The Hadoken, translated, is Surge Fist or Wave Motion Fist. It's one of the many signature moves used by Ryu, Ken, and other characters within this fighting game franchise. Performed in-game by inputting a quarter circle down to forward and pressing a punch button, the fighter will throw a tiny projectile that inflicts damage to the opponent. There are also a ton of variations on the move, with Ryu being able to perform 9 different Hadokens alone. So how does a Hadoken form? There's little to no documents about what actually happens when the fighter, be it Ryu, Akuma, or whoever, uses this technique. The only thing known for certain is that it's produced by shooting energy from your hands, but nothing on how it actually gets there, or how the fighters can manipulate this energy. The easiest route to understanding the science behind it is to look for a real-life counterpart, which is what the writers for the Street Fighter Assassin's Fist movie did, and the writers settled for basing the Hado martial arts on the principle of Ki. Ki, Chi in China and Ki in Japan, is the concept that all living beings possess an energy flow within them, a sort of life energy. The desire to live, such as wanting to succeed, survive, and even the feeling of hunger are all attributed to Ki energy. Many religions, martial arts, philosophies, and medical practices are all based on the Ki energy pseudoscience, or at least part of it in some way, shape, or form. While not totally scientific, it's a good comparison to the energy found in the games. Everyone's Ki acts differently depending on their personality, with Ryu's being calm and collected, Ken's being fiery and explosive, and Akuma's being menacing and evil. This would also explain other special moves as different ways of harnessing Ki, and a fighter's life bar and meter being their current level of Ki, since Ki is, in this case, the fighter's desire to survive, and their desire to win. But there's one unfortunate factor partially debunking the idea that the Hadoken is a Ki-based attack: Mega Man. In the SNES game Mega Man X, the main character, X, is a Reploid, a robot with human emotions and thoughts, a free will. In this game, there's a hidden capsule allowing X to learn the Hadoken technique, and in X2 he also learns the Shoryuken. Now how could X use the Hadoken if he's not even a living being? Is Ki something that is able to be installed, like any other component, into a machine? I suppose you could just consider this non-canon to Street Fighter and dismiss it, as well as dismissing the many times Mega Man and Street Fighter cross over. But I think I've got a solution. Since Hado literally means wave or move, there is another theory for what the Hadoken may be, the pseudoscience known as, well, Hado. Originally authored by Masaru Emoto, the theory is that words and actions can influence the structure of water. I know, it sounds silly, but hear me out. Notice how when Ryu uses the moves, he yells the name of the attack and gives the gesture. What I think is happening is the martial art taught to Ryu by Goken, who was taught by Gotatsu, is based on manipulating the water inside and outside the body. By controlling the consistency of the moisture in the air with the gesture and the whole Hadoken business, Ryu can attack the opponent with nothing more than the water vapor in the air. This goes for every kind of Hadoken, some variants not even requiring the yell. It's not impossible that this can be applied to other moves as well, such as Ryu having his blood surge into his legs and propel him high with a Shoryuken, or staying afloat in the air for several seconds with his tornado kick. It could even help in increasing his general fighting ability by transferring more blood to the body where it needs to be to have the optimal effect. So Mega Man could simply be equipped with a means of manipulating captured water vapor in order to perform the Hadoken, and Ryu and company learned to manipulate their Ki, or water vapor, or both, in order to achieve this effect. Awesome! You should walk on down to the description and check out Games Grabber and their new feature, Kudos, a reward system where you can earn points, get badges, get discounts on games, and win prizes. All you really gotta do is use the site. Make collections of games that you have, or a wish list, for instance. Look at what other gamers recommend, invite your friends, update your lists, and share them to gain kudos points. With enough kudos, you can become an influencer like I am on here, and get your collections featured on the homepage. Earning your first 1,000 points is as easy as signing up, which only takes a few seconds. Then you can install the simple grab button and start grabbing games for your various collections. So if that sounds awesome to you, or you want to know more, then check out that link in the description. The guys at GamesGrabber have told me that they will be adding even more rewards and offering even more prizes for earning points in the near future. So as soon as I know more, I'll let you know.